So the concept which I am going to explain now is about an inheritance. Inheritance, an example for that one is, if at all there are multiple people within a relationship, in such situations, whatever the property purchased by the first generation, the next generations can simply use that property. They no need to repurchase it again and again. Right. So here, what it will happen means whenever we have such a things, okay, so whenever we have this kind of a relationship, basically, we can simply exchange the info between multiple persons, right? So the same way here also, instead of creating an object, if we have a multiple classes within the relation, then we can use the information between multiple classes using the same way. Okay, using the same way we can do that particular piece, guys. So the ultimate point out over here is what exactly this inheritance concept means. The process in which one class can acquire the properties or functionalities of another class. So whatever the info is there present in a one class, if another class is accessing that particular information, we can treat that particular concept as an inheritance concept. Okay, we can consider that concept as an inheritance. Okay, so the major objective of this inheritance is reusability of codes, and other classes can define their own features also. Okay, in inheritance, superclass and as well as a subclass, parent class and as well as a child class also. So this is the thing basically. Okay, so parent and as well as a child class, basically we are using this inheritance concept. Okay, so the class which has the complete information, we can treat it as a parent class. The class in which you want to access that information, we can treat it as a subclass or a child class. Okay, the ultimate idea of this inheritance in Java is the reusability of a code. So I can create it in one class and I can use this code in multiple classes. Okay, cool, done the deal. So the parent and as well as the child classes, good, done the deal. So what I'm going to do right now is, let me go back to my editor and then let me create a simple class here, where in which I want to show you how the inheritance looks like. So I'm just using this Java projects and I'm creating a new Java class here inside the scripts package. So new Java class, and here the example is example inherits. Okay, I'm just making it as an example inherit. So here what I'm doing means I'm considering this as my parent class. So here int a equal to 5, string b is equal to Surendra, public void login, system.out.println login. So this is my class where in which I'm holding the methods. See here, login is the method I'm holding here. And anyways, public void logout. And I'm creating another method logout. So this is a class, if you clearly observe, it has two methods and as well as a two variables. This is the class which has two methods and two variables. Okay, so what I'm going to do now means let us create a new class in which let us try to establish relation between these two classes. Okay, so let us try to establish a relation between those two classes. So right click, new Java class, example child. Okay, I'm just creating a child class here. And now my requirement is I want to establish the relation between this child class and example inherit. Okay, I want to establish the relation between these two classes as a parent-child relationship. How can we do that? See, the simple thing is, how can we establish relation between these two classes? Right? So the keyword which we are going to use is an extends. Extends is a keyword which we are using in Java in order to establish relation between multiple classes. Okay, in order to establish the relation between these different classes, we have to use this particular extends keyword. And moreover, if you can look at this definition, inheritance is a mechanism in which one object or one class can acquire all the properties and behaviors of a parent class. Inheritance provides a parent-child relationship in Java, which is a useful concept of a Java object-oriented programming language by which we can reuse the code of a parent class in the child class. Okay, inheritance is providing us the mechanism by which we can inherit the properties of a parent class and a child class. Gets. So here, the idea behind this inheritance in Java is that you can create a new class that are built on top of the existing classes. So if you want to build a new class that are built on top of the existing classes, in such situations, we will be using this inheritance concept. When you will inherit it from an existing class, you want to reuse all the information. We will see it moving ahead with that example. Inheritance represents is a relationship between two classes, or we can also call it as a parent-child relation between the two different classes. Okay, so let me add a pointer here. Using this inheritance, we can establish is a relationship or parent-child relationship between two classes in Java. Not a two classes, we can treat it as a multiple classes. As in the current example, I am referring to the two classes, hence I have a considering this as a two different classes. Immediately, a quick question will rise in our mind. Okay, why? Why we need this inheritance? Right. What is the use of this inheritance concept? Right. See, the simple thing out over here is, guys, whenever the two classes are in a relation, then you can simply reuse the information present in one class in another class. Right. You no need to create an object in accessing that information. So here, as per the earlier example, basically, a relationship, a human relationship. So here, assume that grandfather, father, and a son, three generations basically. If this generation purchased one property, this grandfather. Assume that this person purchased a property. As I have mentioned, the same property can be carried out with their multiple generations. No one again, they need to purchase this property again, right? They can simply use that asset. It will become as an asset for them, and they can simply reuse that particular asset, right? For suppose if there is a no relation between these two persons, if there is a no relation, then this person should buy this property again. But whenever they are in a relation, we no need to purchase this property again and again. The same information will be carried out. The similar way here also, whenever we have this inheritance concept in Java, you no need to create object multiple times with the same object or with the same whatever the we have the information in a parent class. We can access that information in all the child classes as well. Okay, in all the child classes, we can access that information. Cool. Done the deal. Done up to here. So this is about a high level overview on an inheritance. And moreover, I have created an example. One is I'm considering it as a parent class. Let me add a comment here, parent class. And I'm treating the second class as a child class. Okay, child class too. Now, my requirement is how to establish the relation between this parent class and as well as this child class, right? How can I establish relation between parent and a child class? Okay, how we are going to do this particular thing? All right. So the syntax for this one is public class child class extends a parent class. Okay, this is the syntax. So you need to use this extends a keyword in the child class, where in which the child class extends the parent class. This is the syntax you need to mention. Okay, so here public class child class extends my parent class here is example inherit. This is what my parent classes. So this is my child class and this is my parent class. I can say, or else in another words, I can say class name before extends is a child class. Class name after extends, it's a parent class. That's it. One is a child class and another one is a parent class. Now, using this extends a keyword, we established the relation between two classes. Using this keyword, we established relation between parent and a child class. That's good. Parent and a child class. That's good. As for the conceptual wise, we have implemented that. But the point out over here is how would I know whether they both are in a relation or not? Right. Even I should know that particular point, right? How come these two classes are in a relation? How exactly I know this particular point? To answer this one, the only thing what exactly we need to do on top of this one is create few more methods in the child class. This is the first step I'm doing now. Okay, the step one, create a method in a child class. So here, public void create a user is a method that I am creating in a child class. System.out.println create a user. I know guys, if you observe, my parent class is having login comma logout methods a comma b variables, right? Variables a comma b, login and as well as a logout as a methods I have created here. Methods login and as well as a logouts. And my child class contains only a method which is a create user. So this is the information which I have in both my parent and as well as a child class. Kids. So what I'm trying to do right now is let us create a new Java class in which let us create an object to child class and see what we can access using this child class object. So I'm just giving it a try. I'm trying to create an object to the child class and see what I can access using that object. So here, but on a high level, I know that my parent class is having a two variables and a two methods, and my child class is having only one variable. Oh, sorry, one method. Now I'm creating a new class on top of it. Example demo with a main methods. I'm just checking this checkbox and I hit a finish button. So I created a new class here and now create an object to the child class. Example child obj name is equal to new example child. I have created an object to my child class. Obj name dot. So whenever I created an object to my child class, if you observe, this a is a variable. This is a data type for that, followed by the class from where you are accessing it. This is from an example inherit. So it means this is a parent class variable. So the point which I have observed is upon creating an object to the child class, okay, 1 second. Let me maximize the screen. We can access both parent class and child class information using that object itself. Okay, using that particular object, we can access both the parent class and as well as a child class. So let me see here, obj name dot. Let us scroll down. Create a user is a method. That's fine. And it has void as a return type. Perfect. And it is from an example child class. Good. Obj name dot. If I scroll down further, I can see login is my method name, void is my return type, and example inherit is my parent class. So the bottom line out over here is whenever you create an object to the child class, you can access the information present in the parent class and as well as a child class. Okay, that's fine. So immediately a quick question will rise in our mind. Why are we doing that? What is the process of this inheritance? Inheritance is a process of defining a new class based on an existing class by extending its features like variables and methods. And moreover, using this inheritance, it allows us to reuse the codes. We can easily call it as a reusability, one time creation and as well as a multiple times usage. And the parent class, we can also call it here, we have already created, right? The parent class, we can also call it as the class from where we are extending this particular feature. We can treat it as a super class, a parent class, or a base class also we can call it. And we can call this one as a subclass or as well as a child class. Immediately, a quick question will rise in our mind. What is the advantage with respect to this inheritance concept? Advantage with respect to this inheritance concept. You no need to, you no need to recreate the logics present in the parent class. As they are in a relation, directly we can use this in the child class. We can also use variables, and the methods. Everything present in the parent class, we can use it in the child class itself. Okay, and the example, there are a multiple types of inheritances we have among those things. So here, if there are a multiple classes, see here, as of now we have studied two classes. Example, right? So this is a parent class and this is a child class. This is an example which we have studied right now, which is how can I access the information present in the parent class in the child class? Just one relation itself. We can extend furthermore this concept in such a way that we can create multiple classes in this relation. So like this. I assume that this is one example I'm showing, as we haven't studied anything about multiple types of inheritance. I'm just explaining an example. Moving ahead, I will explain this concept. So here, if we have a multiple classes like this will be a parent class, child 1, child 2, child 3. Like that, we can establish the relation between a multiple classes. I will show you this concept in a small example now. Okay, I will show you this concept in a small example now. Okay, but this is the ultimate objective of this inheritance and how to access this inheritance and why we need to use this inheritance concept. Am I clear for you guys till now, or any questions for me? Sarita, Sunita, Padmaja, Payal, am I clear for you guys, or any questions for me on this?
Surinder, I have
Yeah.
a doubt.
Yes,
Actually, we are inherit variables from parent class to child class.
yes.
So if we create object for parent class, we cannot access the child class, right?
Yes, as there is a no relation, right? Yes. If you can
Okay.
create an object to the child, then you can access the parent and as well as the
Parent.
child. If you are
Okay.
directly going with the parent, then you can only access the parent info itself.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Done the deal. Thanks, Bayal. Thanks, Sarita. Cool. Done the deal. And then the next point on top of this one is I just want to create a high level small example here, which will be with a multiple classes. So here I'm creating a new class and scripts one package, example one class, and public voids demo example methods. I just created this demo example login. Okay. Now, see guys, to explain this multiple inheritance, I created a new package, and inside the new package, I'm uploading this class. I'm creating this class. And then new, one more class, example 2. And here, public voids, public void logouts. Assume that I'm just creating a random classes demo. See, basically, I have a two classes. I'm using this extends a concept of which we have studied. Extends, extends the class name, which is an example one. So as of now, what I have done, example 2 is the child class and example 1 is the parent class. Let me open my paint here and let me show you what I have done right now. This is my parent class and this is what my child class I have created. Example 1, this is acting like a parent, and here example 2, this is acting like a child 1. And now, what I'm doing right now, let me create a new class, example 3. And here also, I want to add one more method. Just copy paste the logic, whatever we have inside the method. And I'm defining that logic as a login, method name as a login. And now here, I'm trying to establish the relation between this example 3 and the example 2. See here what I have done. I have created a one more class example 3. Okay, example 3, child 2. This is an another class basically. Okay, so here I have created this class. I need to establish the relation between, see here, example 1 and 2 are in a relation. Now I want to establish the relation between a 2 and a 3. So here I'm using extends example 2. I have created a relation. So if you observe guys, 3 and 2 are in a relation, 2 and 1 are in a relation. I can say all the three classes are in a parent-child relation itself. 1, 2, 3 are in a parent-child relation. If I create an object to the last child class, I can access all the parent classes. 2 and a 1 also I can access. Finally, I'm creating a one more child class. This is going to be my last class, example 4, and here it will act like a child 3, and even I'm trying to establish the relation between the earlier child class and this class as a cyclic relation. So here new example 4, and here let me place the methods public void delete. See, I'm just creating some random methods. It's not a full length methods I'm creating. I'm just creating a random methods. Extends example 3. I have, I have just created this stuff. Okay, guys. So I have created multiple classes here, and all these classes are in a relation on a high level. 4 is related with the 3, 3 is related with the 2, 2 is related with the 1. If I create an object to 4, okay, if I create an object to 4, internally I can access the information present in all these classes. Not even a one class, I can access all the information present in all these classes, which is a relation between a multiple classes here. Okay, this whole concept we can call it as a inheritance. Of course, as I have mentioned, there are a different types of inheritance available in Java, which we will study maybe in the next class. Not at this particular point. I will be explaining about this inheritance concept in the next session. And this point, the hierarchical way, whatever I have explained, right? 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. This is a one type of a inheritance. There is a unique name for this particular one. We will explain about these naming conventions or a different types of inheritance in the next session, guys. But am I clear for you till now with the type what exactly an inheritance is and how to use this inheritance? Or any questions for me till now? Good. Payal, Payal, Sarita, Sunita, Ramya, Arul, am I clear for you till now? Or any questions?
Yeah, I'm good. But
Good.
Surendra, I was wondering about last session. You were
Yeah, Payal.
there was some confusion between some split or something. What was that? I forgot the name. But there was you told us like you will come back with us. Do you remember that?
Okay. So I need to look into that.
Okay.
Seriously, I forgot about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look at that particular one today. Maybe we can discuss about that one tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine. Let's rejoin the call. Okay, as I have mentioned, we will be rejoining the call at after 35 minutes, right? So let's rejoin the call and then let's discuss this concept. I want to show you a few more example. I just want to give you an introduction to the a small theory concept today. Okay, and then tomorrow I will continue with the different types of inheritance. So let's rejoin this call, guys, so that I will take a further 15 more minutes session for you all. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's rejoin the session.